Hello, it's Adam Belcher here, also known as ABanimationLtd, and in this special video I'm going to be showing work that I've made so far on my very large Minecraft Creative Mode build. Now this is something that I've been working on for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even more than that. What it basically is if you've ever seen my Lego animations, ones that I made last year, I think I uploaded them in like January. A story for director series. There is at the end of the very last episode, there is a shot of a supposedly huge skyscraper, which is like higher than the clouds, and I won't really go into much detail as what's in the story director series, but this huge skyscraper is subject of my latest Minecraft build, and here it is. It is currently a work in progress, but when it is finished, this will be, it will go all the way up to the maximum height, so through the cloud level. This is for glass sculpture building. It is known as the home of the main character in my animation series, director. And just to give you a little bit of background info, the story of the director was basically this whole story that me and my younger brothers, mainly my younger brother, made up. And it involves this vampire called the Director, who has this massive home, a massive skyscraper that's much bigger than anything humans could achieve, because vampires are, in this story, there are a whole race of vampires, and they're very technologically advanced. So what I'm going to do in this video is show some of the things that I've built so far, and this here is the door, the main entrance, and the door controls are just up here, and I'm going to fly in. One thing first though, I will just open the door, and we'll fly down. And the doors here have opened. Now this is the entrance hall of the glass sculpture building. You can actually see the door mechanism wiring, which leads under the floor here into these big huge cases. And this was pretty obviously the first part that I built, and to get around the glass sculpture building, to get to a higher level, you use this elevator. Now let's get in here. Now, there's no really working elevator, because this is supposed to be a vanilla type thing, but, so I could use the Zeppelin mod or the Bevan Wolves elevators, but now the second floor is the galleries. The galleries are like, well, they're basically the art galleries containing vampire art. Vampires have very advanced culture, you see. And now we'll just have a quick look around in here. We have Mr. Astley the Creeper from the Yogscast. I love surrealist art when it's nothing else. But these are all to do with vampire-related things. Look at that, Transylvania at dusk. Traditional Japanese martial arts. Look. And there's a balcony that goes all around this floor as well. And you can just go through all these rooms. Look, there's Count Dracula. A lot of stuff. Dead skeleton. Story directs a lot of characters, so if you find these names and it seems to make sense. But the gallery curator's office, and this is an authorised access only area where you can get onto the balcony. This is basically where I was earlier. This control room and the controls for the doors. Now these doors here, it's basically a circle, and there's the west wing contains more stuff. Now, if I really went into detail as to what happens with the stuff here for director, it would take me it would take a very long time, and B, you would probably think I'm pretty strange. Now, don't forget, it was my brother, my 7-year-old brother, and he was actually 6 when he started this, who actually invented a director and all the story and everything. I mean, I only really added to it to make it a little bit more realistic, but there are all kinds of strange characters in it, like Mr. Bean, for example. There's a whole race of these, like, Bean Lords, kind of like Time Lords from Doctor Who, but Bean Lords instead, and they're the vampire's enemies. And it's complicated, and it's very strange, I know, but again, it's not me who makes this up. I just thought it would be something cool to build. This is the museum level, by the way. We have bedrock, endstone, obsidian, diamond, gold, lapis, glowstone, netherrack and stuff. I have called this iron block vampiranium because as part of the backstory, vampires have this special alloy metal called vampiranium. Anyway, this is a more man-made section. This is an American vampire pirate treasure chest. According to my brother, American vampires look a bit like pirates. By the way, this, if you're from school and if you're thinking of my brother in year 7, it's not that. It's not Daniel. It's my 7-year-old brother who made this up. I have lots of stuff here. Enchantment table, vampire electric light bulb, invented 300 years before. Oh, first Halloween pumpkin in history. Cauldron used by the Weird Sisters from Macbeth. Piece of the Titanic. There's a few little Easter eggs in this. Oh yeah, this is the museum curator's office. Here. Now, this video is only going to be short, so what its aim is really just to show some of the stuff. I'm going to do like several tours of this building in several parts. It's quite difficult to get. Okay, the lower defense decks. Vampires do have enemies, according to the lore, if you like, the backstory. And one of the problems they face are there are evil vampires who are allied with the director and with the good vampires, if you like. And the glass sculpture building as such as these defences, and this lower defence deck has defences for repelling a ground assault. The upper defence deck, which I haven't built yet, will have a lot of anti-air guns, but it's anti if you're American. This has a lot of levels, this defence deck. Now, I aren't just building this quite any randomly. As part of a fun project last year, me and my brother, my 7-year-old brother, decided to actually make kind of like a design, a blueprint for this glass sculpture building. Now, and I'm actually using that to help build this. This low defense deck has ECMs here. They're jamming devices that jam the any incoming missiles. So if a missile is launched from a ship or something, if one of these is turned on, it will jam its signal and it will crash somewhere instead of hitting the building. We have turbo laser turrets, familiar to any fans of Star Wars. These are the big turrets from the Death Star, not the super laser. Although the glass sculpture building does have a less powerful super laser. Now, a lot of these are basically holes for where actual vampires can like shoot out of, like snipers or machine gunners. Or vampires have like the made-up vampires in the story have like lightning powers and they can like shoot bolts of lightning down out of these windows. It's a quirky little story. Well, it's not really a little story, it's actually a huge story, but these are missile launchers we have here. Anti-air guns there. And this is the crowning jewel of the lower defence deck, the plasma gun cannon. Warning, high temperatures. Now, the idea for a plasma gun came from a very old video game from 2004, I think, called Doom 3, and a lot of adults you know, like pro veteran gamers who've been playing video games since the 80s, when the first Doom came out and everything, and Quake. In Doom 3, I don't know if this is in all the Doom games, but I know it's because my dad played Doom 3, which has a weapon in it called the plasma gun, and my brother actually saw a little bit of Doom, saw the plasma gun and thought it was a really cool weapon. So in the glass sculpture building, there is a plasma gun cannon. Now, if you've played Doom 3 and you've used a plasma gun, imagine that, what a giant cannon that shoots massive balls. If you haven't played Doom 3, and most more younger people in the audience probably won't have done, and just imagine a really big laser gun thing. And the controls for it here. This is the control room for the lower defense deck. You can get to any of the ledges and stuff. And there's also a way to the elevator. So there are 2 elevator doors on this level. Now, in the next part, I'm going to be showing some more stuff further up. Here, the elevator shaft. But I'm also going to release some pictures, I think. Make a video of some screenshots of pretty much work on the whole building so far. Now, so yeah, I'm going to organise my tour of this build into several stages. This is obviously stage 1, and next time we'll look at the glass sculpture factory. Don't forget, a lot of the things to do with the glass sculpture stuff won't make much sense. The fact that vampires are interested in making glass sculptures, for example, and but it's a collaborative thing, and a lot of it's based on nostalgia, really. Let's close the doors again. It's a long story. It's not just covered in the animations I did. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself again. If you like this video, a like would really be appreciated. Subscribe for more, and don't forget to leave feedback in the comments. That's all from me. Bye bye.